Good morning. So I did let the blue australorps out this morning. They're 2 years old. They're not uh, young and as goofy and dumb as as younger chickens. So I went ahead and let them out. Two of them didn't make it into the coop last night, and I tried to open the door and shoo them in, try to pick them up to put them in. That didn't work. Oh, look at the chicks. They made it all over to the old coop. They're pretty adventurous little farts too. Of course, they got Mama right there. Probably because they're following Mama. And the little silkies, they're venturing out farther and farther every day. Aren't ya? You cute? You're cute. So I'm going to check for eggs and harvest the garden and show you little updates with those. Mama, you left a baby in the coop. That's all right. I'm sure they'll figure it out. All right. So it looks like Kim laid an egg, and I got a Brahma egg and no, the black one egg. That's subject to change later. She says, "Mom, why did you leave me?" I went ahead and washed this toad out because it belongs to the lady that sold me the silkies and the Polish. So when I go see her, when my mother comes down in a few weeks, I'm going to take it back to her. Oh, she got out. He, she, whatever it is. There's the Polish and Poof, which is going to my mother when she comes down. She's going to trade me. She wanted to give me a Coach and Frizzle at first, and then she fell in love with it once their frizzle feathers started coming in, so now she's going to give me a silky pullet. The bush beans are just about done producing, but the pole beans are still going pretty strong. I mean, the bush beans are still putting on beans, yes, but they have slowed down. The asparagus I got in here is still doing well. Whoops. I got that one and that one over there. Those are Conover's Colossal asparagus from Baker Creek that I winter sowed this late winter and planted them out in the garden bed. I planted out like 5, but they all didn't take, obviously. Or the chickens ate them. That looks like, I'm going to leave that there until it gets a little bigger, but it looks like a weed, this one does. But it looks like I got little radishes or something starting to sprout up all over. These radishes are getting bigger. Let's see if I can see any shoulders yet. I'm not really feeling any shoulders, just roots. It looks like I got a little sprout there. Looks like it's going to be a pea sprout, couple pea sprouts. Those are the sugar magnolia peas. Another one. And it looks like I got other stuff coming up in here as well. Don't see any sprouts in there or there. Here's something starting to sprout. Kale, probably. I got a couple kale sprouts in this one. There's some more right there. And lettuce sprouts. But no pea sprouts. And I planted some onions in here. Some green onions. Just sowed them kind of crazy, and I'm not sure what's in here. So I guess we'll have to see. I can't remember. I mean, I suppose if I really wanted to know, I might be able to look back on a video, but I'd rather have the surprise. So these kiku chrysanthemum melons, this one's ready. It fell off the vine. I Just crack them on the corner of something like this and eat them. They don't really have a lot of flesh to them. They have a lot of innards, and you could even eat the rind if you wanted to. But they taste like Greek yogurt and cantaloupe mixed together. They're pretty good. And I recently learned that cucurbits are a natural dewormer for animals, because something about a chemical reaction in the cucurbits after being eaten, and it acts as a natural dewormer. So I've been giving the rinds to the horses because one's just not putting on any weight at all. He just got dewormed twice this month, and we've been putting diatomaceous earth in their grain along with the chicken grain. And when Katie's mom, Precious, micro farmer's puppy Katie, she had worms, so it's possible that we just have some worms going around. So we've been graining the horses twice a day though, with the DE once a day. I don't see any more desi squash right now, but the plant still looks really good. I'm really happy with the desi squash. Look how healthy that looks. I don't have any okra pods yet that I believe. This is a heavy hitter okra. Let's see. Well, there's some starting to grow. I know I pulled off another old bloom. This one. The pods aren't very big yet, so I'm going to let them go. The cantaloupe and the Kajari melons are starting to ripen up too, but they're not ready. This one's not as far along as this one, and I'm going to turn them. That way they ripen easier. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 cantaloupe, unless there's some more hiding, which is very possible. And here's some Kajari, another Kajari, and then a really, really tiny one. I'm thinking I'll get bigger, better production if I put more composted chicken manure in there deeper. So after I pull these out, I'm going to work on filling them up to the top. Basically for spring, so it can sit there and compost the rest of the way out and be ready for spring planting when I'm ready. And then how many delicata squash do I have? 1, 2, 3 delicata. So not bad, not bad. I wish I would have grown some butternut squash this year, but I didn't. So next year, I think what I want to do is plant 2 rounds of squash and melons if I can. Definitely getting rid of this little pool because nothing seems to grow in it. I've planted spinach in it several times. Beets, it looks like 1 beet, and it's not even a beet to talk about, just beet greens. So I'll chuck that out to the animals. So I'm not happy with the small pool at all. The larger kid pools are better, obviously. But I think, like I said, I filled it up to the top earlier this year, but obviously it settles, so it should do better once I fill it up again. So I also think, I already talked about like taking this section out and just taking it straight to the wall. This is kale growing. I ate some the other day. See where I pulled it off to test if it was or not, and it is. This looks like parsley. So this part of the bed doesn't do that bad. This bed, I just have like 1 Swiss chard plant growing. That's it. That's it. So not totally satisfied. So that needs to go. It's just going to cause damage to the foundation anyway if it's just keeping moisture in. But I'm thinking that I want to expand the garden out from the wall towards the fence more so. And I'll take that chicken tractor and move it up what you doing, buddy? The Australorps seem to be settling in very well. The two that didn't make it into the coop actually went down to the bottom of the hill with the horses, and they found their sisters. I don't know if they're related or not. I'm just going to assume they are and call them all sisters. And they hung out outside the coop last night. So they're doing well. So I'm very happy. So now that I have plenty of egg layers, I mean, obviously the Australorps need time to settle in and they haven't started, laying yet. But I want to start selling eggs. So I'm going to get a sign and wait for 4 or 5 dozen and then put my sign up. I'm not sure if I want to put my phone number up there or not, but it might behoove me to do so. So if I don't like my phone number being up there, I can always switch the signs out. They're not expensive to buy. Oh. So anyway, back to the horses. I haven't shown the horses a lot because Willie, the spotted saddle horse, is rather skinny. And it's not that we're not feeding him or anything. Like I said, I believe there's a bout of worms and we are trying to battle that. So if anybody with horses has any tips on how to better put weight on him, please let me know. He's only 8, so he's not a senior. He doesn't need his teeth floated or anything like that. But we would like to see Willie in good health. He's such a sweet boy, and we would like to ride him too. So thank you for stopping by, and I love you, and so does Jesus. God bless.